And what I'm going to talk primarily about, what level of readiness you got to kind of do today to enable SuperInsight in your data platform. So you can have any data platform. So if you're in AWS, you're using Redshift, you may have adopted like a medallion architecture, or you may have gone with like a staging data warehouse and then like pull all your data incremental and form your DIMs and facts in your actual enterprise data warehouse layer. Or if you have a data mart that you created, which is fine too. Like, so irrespective of what methodology that you have adapted to, either traditional data warehouse or like medallion architecture using lakehouse concept, SuperInsight have the ability to plug and play in both the cases. And in some cases, what we have seen with customers is like even they have a transaction database and they wanted to connect to, you're using like AWS Postgres Aurora, and you have a read-only kind of scenario, you wanted to plug to the kind of a read-only kind of server and then pull the data based upon that. SuperInsight have an integration to do that too. Data readiness standpoint, so basically we categorize our readiness into like a bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. Depends upon the maturity level that you are today. So we could able to improve our kind of AI layer on top of it, which is a SuperInsight, where it try to understand what level of structure it is. And based upon the structure and based upon the knowledge base, and it clearly understand either like you are in a raw data that you did not transform enough to use it, or if you have like cleaned up one level and your data maturity is good, where you cleaned up all your issues in the data, or like at the third level, which is gold, where you have cleaned and you also formed your standards and you have like all your DIMs and packs that you created along with the metrics. So basically, if you have like a company level metrics like sales or finance metrics, and if it is cleaned up and formed in the way that you could able to easily consume in your report, SuperInsight could able to talk to those data as well. And the last is like a platinum layer. So basically, it have all the business industry logic embedded in it. What we have seen most is like typically we'll go back and talk to customer and understand what are the different questions are being asked on a daily basis, right? To the kind of your existing analyst team, or like if you have your existing business analyst or data analyst who's already there serving the data back to the individual business group, we try to go back and understand what are the different questions are being asked in the past. And for that, if we could able to compute it, predefined in it, so then we will have create the data layer, we'll prep the data and maintain that in a platinum layer as well. And Siddha also touched upon the AutoML piece of it. All the AutoML ability that we do, so behind the scene, all the process runs and provide the insights back into the platinum layer. So now we have all the data prepared and maintained in this underlying layer. SuperInsight just go into the metadata that is created. So if you're using Amazon Redshift, and you may leverage your AWS Glue, where you cataloged all your like columns, tables, and data dictionary and all of that. So with this information that is available in the catalog, SuperInsight will talk to the catalog and understand what is the knowledge already exists. And if not, it will generate one. And two, we will also kind of feed in our industry knowledge that we learn from different industry area. And three, we also collect the tribal knowledge within your company and we feed all three into that area. So like these are the different data readiness that we do typically before we start the implementation. And once we have the data readiness done, and we will kind of go into the next level where you could able to talk to the SuperInsight user interface and ask question and generate the three different scenario, which Sid talked about in the previous layer. And second aspect of it, often when we go in, customer may have a use case where like, hey, I don't have a time to kind of do all of the data readiness first and go into it, which is fine. We understand it. For example, so we have seen customer where they wanted to enable this to an operation team very quickly and they don't have a time to do all of this. So what we do in that area is we kind of go from back to top to bottom, where we try to understand what are the different questions being asked within the operation team and identify what data would be relevant for them to answer that particular question. We will just augment that very quickly in a standard that AI could able to consume and kind of provide answer to the user directly. So this is what we do behind the scene from a data readiness standpoint.